little panda who was afraid of the dark. Once upon a time, there was a little panda named Pandy who was afraid of the dark. He lived in a bamboo forest with his mama and papa panda, but he would always get scared at night when it was time to go to sleep. One night, Pandy was so scared that he couldn't sleep at all. He kept thinking about all the scary things that might be lurking in the darkness. He imagined there were monsters under his bed, and ghosts in the closet, and even a dragon in the forest. Pandy was so scared that he started to cry. His mama heard him crying and came to see what was wrong. "What's the matter, Pandy?" "I'm scared of the dark," Pandy said. "I'm afraid of all the scary things that might be out there." "There's nothing to be afraid of," she said. "The dark is just the absence of light. It's not something to be afraid of." "But what about all the scary things that might be in the dark?" "There are no such things as monsters or ghosts or dragons," Mama Panda said. "Those are just stories that people tell to scare each other. The dark is nothing to be afraid of." Pandy wasn't so sure. He still felt scared, but he trusted his mama, so he decided to try to be. "I'll try not to be afraid of the dark." That night, Pandy went to bed and closed his eyes. He took a deep breath and let it out slowly. He imagined that the dark was just a big, warm blanket that was wrapping him up and keeping him. Pandy slowly started to relax. He opened his eyes and looked around. The room was dark, but it didn't seem so scary anymore. Pandy smiled to himself. He had faced his fear, and he had won. Pandy fell asleep that night, and he didn't have any more nightmares. He knew that the dark was nothing to be afraid of, and he was proud of himself for being brave. The next day, Pandy told his friends about how he had faced his fear of the dark. His friends were all very impressed, and they told him that he was a very brave panda. His fear, and he knew that Pandy was happy that he had faced never be afraid of the dark again.
The magical hourglass. In the heart of Timeless Town, young Mia discovered an old hourglass in her grandmother's closet. The sands inside glimmered in shades of gold. Along with the hourglass was a note: "Turn me over and relive a memory, but choose the moment wisely." Intrigued, Mia decided to share this with her friends, the jovial rabbit and the reflective panda. Rabbit, always eager and excited, wanted to turn the hourglass immediately. "Let's relive the time when we had that fun picnic by the lakeside," he said, his nose twitching with anticipation. Panda, thoughtful as always, mused, "Or perhaps the winter evening when we built that huge snowman together." Seeing the hourglass, Mia remembered the days she spent with her grandmother, listening to tales of old. She wished to revisit one of those warm, cozy afternoons. They took turns holding the hourglass, each lost in their most cherished memories. And then, with a collective nod, Mia turned it over. Suddenly, the world around them shifted. They were in Mia's living room, with young Mia and her grandmother, the latter narrating a fascinating story. The warmth of the room, the aroma of freshly baked cookies, and the sound of laughter filled the air. After what seemed like hours but was merely minutes, the trio found themselves back in their current time. Rabbit's eyes were filled with tears. That was beautiful. It felt so real. Panda hugged Mia. "Thank you for sharing that moment with us." Mia, with teary eyes, whispered, "Time is fleeting, but memories last forever." From that day on, the three friends made it a point to spend more quality time together, creating countless memories. For they knew that time, especially with loved ones, was the most precious treasure of all. Moral: time spent with loved ones is the most precious. The Whispering Woods. Nestled between the mountains was Whispering Woods, a forest that was said to hold the secrets of the universe. One day, three curious souls, Max the monkey, Clara the deer, and a young boy named Theo, decided to explore the woods in search of its secrets. As they ventured deeper, Max, always full of energy, was eager to climb trees and jump from branch to branch. "I'll find the secrets faster this way," he exclaimed. Dara, graceful and calm, chose to tread softly on the forest floor, observing every flower, every leaf. "The secrets might be hidden in plain sight," she mused. Theo, with his notebook in hand, believed that by writing about their journey, he might stumble upon the wisdom they sought. As night began to fall, the trio gathered around a campfire. Max was a tad disappointed. "I climbed so many trees, but no secret whispered to me." Dara nodded in agreement. "The forest is beautiful, but I couldn't find the wisdom we were looking for." Theo, flipping through his notebook, began to read aloud his observations. He spoke of the spider weaving its web with patience, the river that flowed persistently towards its goal, and the old tree that stood tall amidst storms, teaching resilience. Listening to Theo, Dara and Max had a realization. The secrets of the Whispering Woods weren't hidden treasures but everyday wonders that taught life lessons. The trio left the woods with a newfound appreciation for the world around them, understanding that by observing and listening, they could uncover the wisdom that the universe whispered every day. Moral of the story: listen closely, and you'll find wisdom everywhere. Subscribe our channel.